You are now tuned in to Boxing Blah Blah Blah, where we blah 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 about everything boxing. In today's episode, we discuss the hardest hitting heavyweights of all time. Who you got? Mike Tyson, George Foreman, Ernie Shavers, Deontay Wilder, somebody else? Leave it in the comment section. Let's go! You are now tuned in to Boxing Blah Blah Blah, where we blah 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 about everything boxing. So now, on today's episode, we have another one of our co-hosts join us today. We got Senor Terry. Terry is a boxing fan. Terry actually trains with me with boxing, so I've been able to witness his level of growth and his improvement and things like that. Terry is one of the heavyweights I put in there with Ross too, so that was very entertaining. I can't say enough about that. So he has a good little knowledge base, also because he's in the sports entertainment. He works with different sports promoters and things like that. But I don't know why I'm telling it. Terry right here to tell it. You know what I'm saying? So Terry, why are you here talking boxing with us? What gives you the right to be over here talking boxing with us?
I am a fan first of the sport. I've also had an opportunity to work in the sport firsthand. Back in his heyday, former champion Evander Holyfield was a client of mine, so I was very integrated in boxing during the pinnacle of his career.
Four-time champion, baby. Four-time champion.
That's
the
correct.
only one in heavyweight history.
Right.
Correct.
From Atlanta.
From Atlanta.
ATL, baby.
From the ATL, that's right. So from that perspective, that's why I'm here. And then an opportunity to share with you two brothers that I just have utmost respect for. It's a chance for us to kind of talk about the sport, those who are making noise, things that we would like to see the sport do to get better, to increase its fans base, but just simply, as we say, talk the talk. At the end of the day, it's all about the blah, blah, blah.
Exactly. All right, well, BB has been on here with me pretty much every week, and so we know who you are, young fella. Oh, we got Antonio in the building too. Antonio's been on here. Y'all know who Antonio is as well. We had Terry just on here just explaining to us, like, you know, why he's supposed to be on the panel, why you over here blah blah with us, and you know he gonna pull out the big cards. Well, you know, I used to represent Evander Holyfield in the heyday of boxing and blah blah blah. You know, so welcome to the panel, young fella. So we're just gonna say y'all names right quick. Hey, I'm Allmighty. We got Terry over here. We got BB. We got Antonio Reed. So we're about to get this going with heavyweights. We're gonna just flash into this heavyweight. Who's the most powerful heavyweight all time?
All time?
Yeah.
Ooh. All time, man. I got to go with golly, that's a hard one, man. I got to go with George Foreman.
You going
George Foreman?
Okay.
I got to go George.
Antonio, who you going with?
Man, I mean, George Foreman is pretty up there. But what was the man's name? And I know I'm probably drawing a blank right now. The guy that Tyson had the battle with. Oh man. Oh God, I'm drawing a blank right now, man. Hold on.
Frank Bruno. He had a battle with
Frank Bruno.
Frank Bruno was a hard hitter.
Bruno. Now, obviously, it's hard to determine because I ain't never been hit by any of them.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But it's something about the way Frank Bruno used to hit people, man. It looked like he was crushing their insides. It was just like face breaking, like ribs breaking. Like it looked gruesome.
He on my underrated list. Who you got, Terry?
Watch this. Ernie Shavers.
Okay, now see, I like that. I was thinking it was between Ernie Shavers, George Foreman, Mike Tyson, Deontay Wilder. I was thinking it was like right there in that little committee.
Another good one, man. Ernie Shavers was a good one.
Yes.
Because see, when I hear other heavyweights talk about how hard other heavyweights hit, like you'll hear Foreman talk about how hard Ernie Shavers hit.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You'll hear Mike Tyson talk about how hard Foreman could hit. You know, so when you see other hard hitters talk about other hard hitters, exactly. And I know Joe Frazier had that lethal left hook that'll end your night at any time. But I'm not going to put him up there with, let's say, the likes of Foreman, Ernie Shavers, Deontay Wilder, Mike Tyson. But also that new dude, the African guy, Ndongo, is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one who the guy walked out in the ring on.
Yeah. Right before the fight,
I mean,
the other guy's like,
nah,
B.
He been fighting zeros. And he had the last time he fought somebody, he went down, and then he got up off the mat.
He did,
and he won that fight.
He won it. He showed me some heart.
But he showed heart, but he got knocked down. So his punch might be good, but he got the chin of a give me somebody who was just of a mirror.
Glass
of a mirror. The chin of a
goodness.
mirror. That's the new name for anybody with a glass
A
chin.
mirror.
Yeah, the chin of a mirror. Amir Khan, we love you, baby, but ooh, that thing was great.
Yeah, he's the real life Glass Joe. Y'all remember Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
Exactly.
Remember that? The Glass Joe.
All right, so now underrated heavyweights. I also got Lennox Lewis in there. I think Lennox Lewis was hitting hard, but just underrated. And I hear a lot of other hard-hitting heavyweights talk about Lennox Lewis' power.
Yeah.
David Tua, I think, was underrated with power.
David Tua was a puncher,
David
man.
Tua was actually really good. Didn't he retire undefeated?
No. He got about 3, 4, 5 times.
Yeah, he got
Yeah, like every time he tried to step up to the upper echelon,
Right.
he couldn't do it.
Right.
Okay.
They hit too hard. But I tell you what, if David Tua was 6'5", he would have ran the heavyweight for a long time.
Yeah, he would have been a lot more deadly. He also had slow feet though. You know what I'm saying? David Tua didn't really have no feet. He just kind of came straight in. He didn't have a game plan B or nothing like that. You know. So, but he still had underrated power. He'll get rid of you in one hit. What's his name? Ken Norton.
Yeah.
Ken Norton.
Hit like bricks.
Yeah, Ken Norton.
I don't know why y'all ain't mentioned Ken Norton.
He was my number 2. Ernie Shavers was
okay.
number 1. Ken Norton was number 2.
Okay.
So.
All right. Okay, if you're gonna rank them like that, my top 3, I'll have to say Foreman, Shavers, and Wilder.
But that's not
Wilder is he's a freak of nature, man.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a freak of nature. He got long arms, and if you get caught at the end of one of those punches, I mean, we've seen what happens when you get caught at the end of one of those punches.
Correct.
So,
And it don't take much at all. It don't take much at all, and light up.
True. Now I tell you what. Answer this question for me. Have y'all ever heard of a heavyweight named Bone Crusher?
Yeah, Bone Crusher Smith.
Bone Crusher Smith. I watched the Tyson fight with him.
Yeah.
I watched that fight.
Hey, you back on your pick, Antonio? Just letting you know. I don't know if you knew it. There you go.
So you watched the Tyson fight. Did you see Tyson hitting this man?
Yes.
Tyson could not knock this man out.
Yeah, he wasn't going nowhere. That fight went the distance.
That fight went the distance, a 12-round fight, and Tyson barely won that.
Yeah, he barely won that.
Bone Crusher had the promotion behind him. He would have been I'm talking about
Bone Crusher Smith. I remember very well.
What he did to
That's a hard name too.
Tommy Morrison. Did you see what he did to Tommy Morrison? He knocked Tommy Morrison's teeth out, man, with the mouthpiece in
it. Oh man, Tommy Morrison was built
up. He was built up.
Love to Tommy Morrison.
Hey man, Tommy Morrison, he good, but when he fell in another, he's that Mike Tyson category of people who just didn't have game plan B a lot of times.
No. Let's go back over the word good.
Out of there.
No. Let's go over the word good. You say he was good. Define good.
All right, I'm gonna say good is average.
No. I'm gonna answer. The good was that his marketing team did a good job of presenting him to the public as someone who could dominate. That's what the good was. I got you.
There you go. You know what else was good about Tommy Morrison? The complexion.
There we go.
What?
The complexion.
Oh,
Yeah,
he was
protection.
right.
Yeah,
He was a good-looking boxer. How about that? For the
Yeah, we'll
masses.
say that. We'll say that.
Now, Good was the Klitschko's who got trained by Emmanuel Stewart,
Yeah.
and he taught them how to fight tall.
Yep.
Mhm.
A tall man has no business leaning forward in a boxing match.
Nope. Not at all.
Yeah.
Especially when you got that lethal jab like that.
Well, I will say one tall fighter that didn't fight tall, but it worked. Tommy Hearns. I know we're talking heavyweights right now, but Tommy Hearns, you get down there and battle with the small guys, and you know he took a lot of punishment that he really shouldn't have taken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
okay, he made it work until it was the upper echelon.
True.
He made it work with that hardcore power.
True.
But when he got in there and tried to do that thing with Hagler like that,
that thing didn't work good, man.
You know what I'm saying? He had to,
he had
to get on that retreat foot and start going back and throwing that jab backwards. And then start throwing the jab cross hook backwards. You know, it's like, all right, so if you had really nurtured your boxing skills, he probably would have had a game plan B for Hagler.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So he was able to make it happen. I can't say it was the best thing for him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think
it wasn't a great thing for him, man, but it was very entertaining to watch.
It was entertaining.
Oh,
it was entertaining. Because Thomas Hearns was putting them out.
Yeah.
I mean, he was put out with either hand. He was hitting with both hands. Him and I'm gonna tell you the boy, Michael, the one who George Foreman beat, Michael Moore. Michael Moore was a double-handed threat. I've seen this boy hit somebody with his right hand, and it looked like he hit him with the left hand just as hard.
Yep, underrated power there.
Yes,
underrated.
In that first fight,
Cole had some power.
Hold on, let me tell y'all experience.
Oh, okay. Let's hear the experience, Terry. Let's hear the experience, Terry.
In Holy and Michael Moore's first fight when he beat Holy. Holy came back after the third round and says, man, this man is hitting me from both hands with power. He's going from a southpaw to a righty. I don't know what to do. That ain't like we practice for a southpaw, and he beat me up on both sides. So you're right. He had power in both hands.
Yeah.
Like, how was that being at those fights? Like watching all that unfold and all that kind of stuff.
I mean, from that,
what was the most dramatic part of the fight?
Well, I'll give you this. We had so many grand plans after the Moore fight. You know, there were sponsors that we were talking to because Evander was reaching the top. That was the pinnacle. You know, Caesar had finally gave us that relationship, Caesar Palace, that we want. We just knew that was the fight. We had this big after party. I mean, it was the coming out party. We were sitting there probably about 6-7 rounds, and we looking at us like, oh, this ain't about to happen. And we left that night. You know, typically after a fight, we'll have the after party, we win or lose, and we'll leave the next morning. Hell, we got on the red eye after the fight. That's how bad it was.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like how long was the healing process?
And in actuality, he was still broken going into their second fight. It really didn't take about a full year. I mean, he got beat up. When I say that body-wise, you always talk about body shots.
Yeah.
You know, he beat Holy's body. And you know, Holy's body was an Adonis back then. I mean, he was in shape. But when you keep hitting pound, left, right, from every side and there's power, he was beat up. I mean,
dang, man.
Yeah, that's how bad it was.
And was probably outweighed by 50 pounds easy.
Yeah, he outweighed Holyfield. He outweighed.
Ricky Bo was a big guy.
Really, he
was. Really, Bo was big, man.
And that was the fight when the guy
I want to take it back to Michael Moore right quick and the George Foreman fight. I want to know, do you credit George Foreman or do you fault Michael Moore?
You got to credit George Foreman.
I credit George Foreman. Why you say that, BB? Why you say that, BB?
Why, man? Because George Foreman never lost the power. And this man worked out daily, man. He did real man workouts.
Right.
And who was doing that? Who was doing man workouts? Everybody was in the gym, everybody running. This man was on a farm chopping trees down, man. He went through a whole forest of trees and chopped them down in 6 months with his hands.
That's a real man.
The real
Right.
man. So when he
Yeah,
hit Michael Moore,
that's a
Michael
real.
Moore said when he hit him, he said he didn't see anything. He said it was total darkness on the first punch.
Wow.
He said by the time the second punch is, he said he didn't even know he was out
Man,
until they woke him up.
what's
He
your
said
opinions on it, Terry?
Come on.
Well, you know, Antonio make a good point. I'm gonna do the other side. I fought Michael Moore. He should have been better prepared and should have had a game plan. Is I'm gonna beat him with my youth. I'm gonna beat him based on my quickness. I'm gonna be in and out. I'm not gonna let him get close enough to touch me with that power that you guys talking about. So I fought him. That was a bad game plan because he thought that's an old man. All I gotta do is take him a couple of rounds and then I'm gonna beat him down. No, bad game plan.
Now,
Yeah,
I say
think
I'm gonna say the different. I'm gonna agree with BB, and the reason why I say it is because Michael Moore was winning the fight. He was doing this thing until the later rounds crept in, but I think that was also strategic by Foreman. Learn from Ali. Let me let this young whippersnapper hot head wear himself out, and I got this thunder and this light.
That's right.
And time comes, and I see him slowing down, boop, boop, and it's a wrap. It didn't even seem like he swung hard.
That's what I'm about to say.
It
It didn't even come fast. The punches didn't even come fast. They was
They became heavy. Look, a truck look like it's moving that fast when it's coming down the expressway until you standing still.
Right.
Maybe I like that.
Yeah.
Right.
very true. Very
Right.
true.
Very so true. Yes.
I mean, so I gotta give some credit to Foreman on having a game plan of his own, implementing it, not getting all wrapped up in the crowd emotion, not getting wrapped up in Moore taking the lead and all that kind of stuff. Stuck with his game plan and made it happen. He knew what he could do.
Exactly what he did.
Yeah.
And listen, man, I understand everything that George Foreman is, right? We love George Foreman, right?
Mhm.
He's a gladiator, right? But Michael Moore had no business losing to a 50-year-old fighter, bro. I do credit George, but I'm gonna give more fault to Michael Moore because I feel like at 50 years old, you in your prime, you should not. You don't have no business losing to him, bro. You don't. Now I know that George put up some good fights with some other people when he came back, but he was 50 years old, overweight. I know his country's strong.
He was 40 when he won. I mean, but I understand what you're saying. He was 50. We're gonna go with 50 because you just basically saying he was over the hill. He was overrated. He was what they doing now.
Hey man.
Right.
Nah, you can't say that. Mayweather was over 40 doing his thing. Pacquiao over 40 doing his thing. Bernard Hawkins over 40 doing his thing. That was over another 40, guy he was 40 on the dot. Not even when he like 40 on the dot or something like that. He wasn't in his 40. He was like 40.
I thought he was 50 years old.
No, it was 40.
He was 40 years old?
Yeah. He was 42.
See?
I thought he was 50 years old, man.
Nah. So I'm 46, and I feel like 4 years ago, I could probably stand in there with a young whippersnapper, let him shoot his wad, and if I had thunder and lightning to depend on, let me just keep my breath.
I thought that he was older than that, man.
42. So
maybe I was so young.
If I'm a fault more, then I gotta fault a Foreman and not give Ali credit when Ali did the same thing to Foreman.
Oh no, I'll definitely give Ali credit on that. He knew how to play that.
That's my point. But that's the same thing.
Rope-a-dope.
Now, it wasn't necessary to the rope-a-dope. Foreman was a bigger guy, so he could absorb a lot more of Michael Moore's punches without having to move around as much. I could just absorb a lot of that with a high guard or that little shell. He
always blocked this
exactly. Way. He can absorb that much more. He's a big guy. He was bigger than Michael Moore. He could absorb more. Ali wasn't a big guy. He wasn't bigger than Foreman. So Ali had a different game plan. But the mental game plan of let me wear you out and then take you out of there in the later rounds, that plan was implemented by both Ali and Foreman in those two.
I agree.
against the
No,
younger,
no,
stronger
no.
champion that everyone thinks posed to beat you.
Okay.
Wow.
Who should Canelo be fighting after BJ Sanders? Should it be Caleb Plant? Should it be Jamal Charlo? Should it be David Benavidez?
I'm gonna go with either Benavidez or Charlo. I want Benavidez and Charlo to fight in the winter fight Canelo.
I agree with Antonio. Yes.
Definitely
Yes.
agree with that.
Yes.
Are you serious? So you said Benavidez?
No.
I said Benavidez and Charlo need to fight each other, and the winner fights Canelo.
No.
Because he's not gonna fight both of them. He ain't gonna do it.
Right.
I tell you why. I tell you, I'm gonna leave Benavidez completely out. And the reason why I'm gonna leave him out is because he hadn't reached where I think he should. Man, the man fought a number 8 rank. Did you see how he looked?
Yeah.
I hear you.
Oh, come on, man. And y'all gonna put him in the ring with Jamel Charlo?
But he also fought some number 1 ranks. He's also a previous champion. The only reason why he's not a champion no more because he was on that booger sugar. And they took his title away. And then he got a title again. They took it away because he didn't make weight. So no one has beat him, but he's a champion.
Right.
I mean, he beat himself. No, nobody has to beat him. He's beating himself. You look at it like this right here.
Mm-hmm.
Rick James made his best music off being high.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Benavidez had his best boxing days off being high. Brett Favre. I can go down the list. I can go down the list right here.
Oh boy. Oh my goodness.
Being high. So
Right.
when you look at it, if you take Benavidez off the cocaine, who is he? He's the guy that got in there with the number 8 ranked guy and got his face rearranged.
Hey, man.
This man.
Listen, he just has an entertaining fight style, man. He
does.
throws punches in bunches, and he's just not scared to get hit. He
Right.
feel like I can let you hit me, but you ain't gonna be able to let me hit you. That's how he feel. That's how he fight.
He can't do that with Charlo. He can't do that with Charlo.
No, I agree. I don't think he can do that with Charlo either. And I would pick Charlo in that fight, but it does look like Charlo is a little bit reluctant to get in the ring with Benavidez right now. He finding excuses to not take that fight.
After excuses.
First it was I ain't fighting nobody under under 25.
Under 25.
Right.
Right.
And then it was what was it? He need to fight somebody else.
You gotta get a vaccine.
Oh yeah, you got to be vaccinated before you fight him now, and it's like you calling everybody else a duck, but you being a duck a little bit. Yeah.
He looking bad out here right now.
Yeah, it's tough. And then his brother even came out and said that is going to be a tough fight for him. Jamel even came out and said that Benavidez is going to be a tough fight. Of course, he's going to go with his brother taking the fight, but he even said that's going to be a tough fight. They know that's not going to be an easy fight for Charles.
At all.
They are aware.
All. And I think Jamal just, trying to pop off like he always does, popped off to the wrong person. And now the media done got behind it because it's like, no, we want to see that fight now.
Yeah, but like, why should Jamal go up? Why should Jamal go up?
Because he was the one talking trash.
Don't come down.
He was the one talking trash.
I'm going to tell you why he should go up.
Okay,
the reason that he should go up is because he wants to fight Canelo. And Canelo is only fighting at 168 now.
Too.
So you better get a fight in at 168 before you go up there and see Canelo at 168.
That too.
Don't let your first fight at 168 beat Canelo.
Yep. All right. So you can't claim that you want to fight Canelo and want to stay at 160, knowing Canelo going to be at 168. And also, if I say, Terry,
yes,
I'm going to come to your house and I'm gonna whoop your ass at your house to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Somebody, I'll whip his ass at his house. And then you say, oh, I heard you said you'll come to my house and whoop my ass. Well, I want to see you prove it then.
correct.
And then I start backing out. Well, you too young, and you got to get vaccinated first, and that don't sound good. It don't sound good at all. And I know BB likes to say that, oh no, Charlo trying to promote the fight. I can't say that at this point right here. He's looking bad in these streets right now.
Well, I agree with you on that. You can't do that. Either prove yourself that you're gonna stand by your words, and like Antonio said, get you a fight in that class before you go dead into the fiery furnace with Canelo. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the fight with Canelo is going to be the big money fight.
Yep.
It's going to be the bragging rights fight. It's going to be a lot, and one of them is going to take a significant decline after that fight.
Right.
So I think he definitely needs to fight Benavidez first before he does that. I think he's going to take Benavidez because I think he's better than Benavidez, in my opinion. I think that he's going to beat it. But but I see him being reluctant to take that fight.
He's kicking, man. He's kicking. And I don't care. You don't claim Lions Den this, Lions Den that. You being the alpha male this, alpha male that. And then you gonna say you trying to sell tickets by being scared, by acting like that?
Yeah,
nah.
you and your brother do a lot of big marketing out.
Exactly. And then they flipping back and forth. It's like, all right, well, let's make the fight then. Then all of a sudden his trainer come out and be like, no, we're not going up to 168 for another year.
I wouldn't go up. Man. And I'm keeping it real. I wouldn't go up. I'll tell you why I wouldn't go up. Because in my eyes, if this guy want to fight, he hadn't really shown nothing that he can really say that he was good at, man. He hadn't even fought. There's people out there that Benavidez can fight right now, that will show his worthiness. But to fight a number 8 and you don't get him out in 2 or 3 rounds, and you're supposed to be the number 2 guy, man, it doesn't show a lot for you. It's almost like having this car, man, and you tell me that man, this BMW is the fastest thing, man. I'm telling you, they good. Go buy this, and I go buy it, and you say, man, this thing hug curves. I go around the first curve and slide all the way into the wall.
No, but it's different though. See, you might have some people who got a chin and just kind of know how to survive. Once you figure out game plan ain't going down, they got a chin and they can survive. And if they figure that out a few times, they rank number 8. I mean, that's what happened. Like, it's hard to get what's his name? Little short dude who Tank fought, who Devin Haney fought. Gamboa. It's hard to get him out. You see what I'm saying? He was on a bad Achilles in the fight, and just still, it was hard for Tank to just get him out.
Yeah, but Terrence Crawford dismantled him.
But Terrence Crawford was a lot bigger than him.
He's a lot bigger.
Gamboa's coming up 2 weight classes to fight him. That was a promotional move by Top Rank. Oh, Terrence Crawford needs a name. All right, Gamboa ain't fought in 2 years and coming up 2 weight classes. Let's put him in with there. And if that's a name.
And he also happens to be inch high private eye on top of that.
Exactly. Inch high private eye.
Inch high private eye, big time.
Right.
So it's also a little bit different too, because we're talking about professional boxers here.
Right.
We're talking about professional boxers. So just because he ranked number 8 don't mean he trash. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
He's still a professional boxer. It ain't just he made it to number 8 because he ain't no walk in the park either. You know what I'm saying? So and styles make fights. You know what I'm saying? So different styles are going to be different things. I think Benavidez did his thing. I feel like he took more punishment than I feel like he should have taken. But I mean, he did his thing, man. That's his style. That's his style.
That Mexican warrior style. I'm gonna come straight forward. And if I feel like you can't knock me out, then I'll take the little punishment because you can't take my punishment. And that's just like the Mexican hard way.
That's right.
I just don't see it, man. I really don't. I'm trying to see what you guys see it.
Cause my man throws a million punches at a time sometimes, and 80% of them got power on it, man.
I mean,
and he tall, he got reach,
but he left. Yeah, that's true, but he left himself open so many times, and a hard puncher would have been knocked him out round 2.
I agree,
and but that's the thing. But no one has done it yet.
But I still say this: imagine this man taking a hard punch and actually getting rocked. He is not going to fight the same.
Yeah. Now I'm not saying Benavidez is going to beat Charlo. But
he might not fight the same.
All I'm
But we
saying
have to see
is it Charlo started. That's all. And Charlo started it. He called the man out. I'll go to 168. I'll knock him out. The man just said, "Oh, okay, you called me out. Prove it." And that's how it's going. Then you got somebody backpedaling. You see what I'm saying? So that's my whole point on it, right there.
You got Caleb Plant, and I don't like Caleb Plant, but I would love to see that fight first.
Hey,
Because
I like Caleb Plant. I like Caleb Plant. I ain't gonna lie, I like Caleb Plant. I like it
Caleb
when
Plant,
people
Benavidez. Who you got?
that kind of crap. Caleb Plant, Benavidez. I think it'll be Benavidez in the late rounds, just because Caleb will probably end up having to exert so much energy boxing, sticking and moving, giving angles, counter punching as much as he can. Whereas I think Benavidez can relax a little bit more with that come forward style. Not worried about how much power Plant he got, because Plant don't really have a lot of power. He can just outbox the hell out all night long. And so I think Benavidez will cut the ring off and keep that steady pressure, keep throwing a million punches. And maybe around 10, 11, you might see a stoppage right in there. Or you might just see his corner waving the flag for him because he got kids. And they say, we want you to still be around for your kids.
Yeah, like a Margarito fight. Like a Margarito fight, he's just gonna walk him down.
Right, exactly.
But I tell you what, Terry, what's your view on that? Caleb Plant, Benavidez.
I agree on both sides, but I think, that's a hard one to call. I mean, because they both bring something to it, but Benavidez, I would give him the upper hand. I would.
Really?
Yeah.
Caleb Plant boxes, right?
Yeah.
There's a golden rule in boxing. It's called you cannot hurt what you cannot hit.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's true.
Yeah.
Imagine Caleb Plant boxing. Benavidez doesn't box. All he do is just come in there and throw punches.
But guess what? You're right.
But
He does, though.
busy.
He's straightforward, and he is relentlessly on attack, and he's saying, "I'm willing to take your best, but can you take my best?" So he's coming straight forward. So that was just saying, based on the power and the tenacity in which how he throws, and the fact that he's willing to give his body up to say that, you know what, my best punch can outtake whatever you give me. That's why I would give him the upper hand.
And he throw a million of them punches too, man.
That's true.
His hands are busy. His hands
He
are
don't throw
really,
2-3
really
punch combo. He'll throw an 8-punch combo on you, man.
Okay, let me ask you a question. I got a question for everybody on the panel, right? Everybody on the panel. I got 2 fights that I'm gonna mention, right? I got 2 fights, 3 different boxers.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got Roberto Duran
Mm-hmm.
and Sugar Ray Leonard.
Mhm.
Roberto Duran was
one?
a straightforward fighter. He fought
Which
Sugar Ray
fight?
Leonard, and what happened? He got outboxed, and then he
Which
got
fight?
knocked out.
That's
Which
right.
fight?
Say it again, Antonio.
I mean,
Which fight?
you got to look at it, both of them. In my eyes, he got outboxed both of them. The second one, he got outboxed, and he realized I can't catch this guy, so I can't hit him. And this guy's giving me straightforward. I mean, he just giving me the business. He boxing me. This man is actually boxing me. I can't hit this man. So
It
I
took
don't even
2
want to
fights for
fight.
that, though. It took 2 fights for that, no mas. In that
Okay.
first fight, Duran beat the brakes off of Sugar Ray Leonard.
sure did.
He could break
Coming
his jaw or something, or did something
Coming
damage in
straight
some kind of
forward,
way.
but he still got outboxed. He
Yeah,
still
but-
Not
got
in the first fight.
Not-
That's
yeah,
why
the
I
first fight
asked
was
this
different.
fight.
yeah.
Yeah, that first fight, Duran was in his all in him, like a
He was
animal.
all, but
Yeah,
but
Sugar Ray had to
still got outboxed
reapproach
first
his
fight.
Sugar Ray had to reapproach his game plan and come
the
back,
first
and then he was able to do it, and that's what made Roberto Duran thought it was going to be the same fight. It
Right.
wasn't the same.
And it wasn't the same fight.
Right.
Okay, now second fight, Marvin Hagler, Duran.
I tell you what, we're gonna research that and we'll revisit that again next week. But real quick,
I'm gonna
since we're
research
running low on time right now, is there any new up and coming boxers anybody want to mention?
Shakur Stevenson.
Oh wow.
Man, he's a beast, man.
Shakur Stevenson is a boxing technician.
Yeah,
He's probably going to be the best out of all of these young dudes.
yeah.
He's probably going to be better than Devin Haney. He's going to be better than T.O. He's going to be better than Tank. He's probably
Yes,
going to be
sir.
better than all of them.
I
Yes.
like this guy right here,
Yes.
man.
You know what?
Yeah.
I got Shakur
You know-
and Devin Haney, the top 2 in that
Who?
130,
Right there with you.
135.
Look, he don't like Haney.
You just lost me, dog.
Hey, man. Haney spars with Brandon Lee and Boots Ennis. You see what I'm
Leave
saying?
Haney
Boots
over
Ennis
there
is
with
my
that.
top prospect coming up right now.
No, sir.
Boots
Leave
Ennis
Haney
is
where
top
he at.
prospect coming
I'm
up right
serious
now.
now, man. Devin Haney?
Devin Haney is right, man. Devin Haney is a
He
Texas.
didn't even
Nice,
he didn't
man.
have to fight for his
Okay,
belt.
I tell you what then, sir. Why is it that all the top lightweights petition to not have to fight that man?
He boring.
Lomachenko did it first, Teofimo did it second, and Ryan Garcia just came out and did it just now.
He's boring, man. He's
No,
boring.
man, we'll go collect the belt. He got a belt. He got a real belt that's strapped
wanna-
around him right here.
True,
If he
but
that
I
born
want-
that
but
easy
he
to beat,
didn't
go
earn
get that belt.
He never earned it. He never earned the belt that he got.
I mean, you know what? He did earn it. He earned it because they got scared.
They got
They didn't want
scared.
to fight him. They
Right.
vacated. They vacated. They
Exactly.
vacated.
You know what
the
that
belt.
was? That was get down or lay down. That's what that was. Devin
Yeah.
Haney showed up and
Correct.
Teofimo block and said, "We're gonna fight for that belt, or you gonna give me that belt." Teofimo said, "I don't want it. You can have it, my G. You can go ahead and have it."
Right.
That's what happened right there. That was the
I don't believe this,
mandatory.
man.
That
I
was
don't
the
believe it,
mandatory. Now
I
tell me
think I
this.
love Devin
Ryan
Haney.
Garcia fought in a battle with Luke Campbell to see who was gonna fight Devin Haney for the belt. Who's fighting in boxing to not be a champion?
That's correct.
Ryan Garcia, I agree with that.
Who
Now,
is
I don't
fighting to
understand.
not be a champion?
Right.
I hadn't understood that.
And if that's the easiest fight, why not go ahead and collect that belt? But in other interviews, Ryan Garcia already said to people, Devin Haney will beat Teofimo Lopez. Devin Haney is the hardest one out of all of them. I'd rather Devin Haney be the last one I have to fight. He's
I
already
agree.
said that.
I agree with that. I
You know
agree
what
with
I'm saying?
that.
That's already
1000%.
recorded, documented, and all that. He said that to several people
So Devin
I
Haney
agree
had
with
somebody to fight.
because they're scared.
Because the people that he can fight won't fight him.
Right. If you watch some of the previous sparring matches, the amateur
all
fights
run
with
it.
Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, they fought amateurs. Watch them fights. Devin Haney was the aggressor, all in that man's chest. He don't want that no more. Devin Haney got mind control over Debo. He do on all of them, and it's a reason why they like, nah, B, I ain't fighting him right now.
He's the boogeyman.
Exactly.
Man, I want to see this fight, man. The next Devin Haney fight.
Yeah, he fighting Linares next.
He gonna dismantle Linares.
I don't know, man, because Linares dropped.
He gonna disassemble number 5.
He dropped Lomachenko. He dropped Lomachenko, man. Linares dropped Lomachenko.
Linares is a good quality fighter. Put it like this: when he fights Linares, they're gonna be able to say he ain't fighting nobody.
Right.
But I believe that when he get in there, it's gonna be no disassemble number 5. He gonna get this.
He gonna pick him apart, man.
Hey, bro. He gonna short circuit that man.
Man,
You
you know what?
understand?
I want to see that fight, man. And when that fight happened, man, we need to get together and be
Yeah.
watching.
Yeah.
So everybody,
I'm with that.
everything
I'm
at
with
one
it.
time.
I'm in agreement.
With it.
We're all in the room and we are talking about it as it's going. And it's
Yeah.
unraveling. I agree with you.
That's
on
it.
We can shoot it
need-
live.
so everybody can see it.
We'll all shoot it live
Yes.
too. That's cool. Yeah, just like
We
that.
need to shoot live, man. We need to do it Facebook or something. Don't do
The
IG.
IG live. We can do
Gives
the
out your
IG live.
location, but it gives your location now. So that's gonna be kind yeah.
I carry 2 pistols. I'm all right.
Look, I got a house full of 6.
Look.
I got them in every room, but no, sir.
All right, I tell y'all what. On that note, player. On that note, we're gonna get back with y'all next week, and we're gonna have some more interesting topics on y'all. I thoroughly enjoyed all the guests we had. I'm glad Terry joined us today. Good to see you again, Antonio. Being on here always, just like that. And so all 4 of us, we make up boxing, blah, blah, blah. Where we discuss everything boxing. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, that's Terry. That's BB. That's Antonio. I'm Allmighty, and we are signing. We ain't signed out yet. Wait, you know why? We ain't saying nothing about comment, share, like, tell all the people, share, subscribe, comment, like, share, subscribe, comment, like, all that.
Now and follow Fabrizi Mac Bones.
Oh yeah, got it. Yeah, yeah, we're gonna talk more on him too. So we're gonna do some more homework on Mac Bones, and we're gonna talk more about him next week. So this is Allmighty on behalf of Boxing Dad, and we are signing out. Yeah.